Hello everyone, thank you for joining in and welcome to Thermedy Live. I'm excited that you have taken your time to watch this. I promise you it will be short. Now in Nigeria at the moment, the next question everybody is asking, with few days to go or some months to go to the 2019 election, the big question is who will be the next Nigerian president? What criteria, what values, what would you want to put together to find who is the next president, and what would they possibly, or what would this person mean to you? That's been the question. And of good interest is the fact that we've seen the incumbent president, the president at the moment, President Muhammadu Buhari, stay put, interested in running for another 4 years. And of course, they have challengers who are also trying to put themselves in the face of the many political parties, as much as 67 other parties. What we are doing, they're trying to provide some level of exposure for their candidates as part of the ambition to have them become president. But some few candidates have taken my time. Now, they've really devoted some time to stir up interest. Now, they've been going across the country and saying to different people about what they would do if you choose them to become the president. Sowore has been speaking about how much of reforms he would do and taking it back. Fellow Durotoye has also done the same. And of course, the former deputy governor as well, Moghalu of CBN, has been speaking extensively about his own presidential ambition. Now, of good interest, one would wonder, do these guys really stand a chance of you electing them? Whether they go to Enugu, whether they go to Lagos, whether they choose to go abroad or stay close, do they stand a chance of being elected? But I guess the biggest part of that conversation is that, would you elect somebody that you do not know much about based on what they say they will do, that you will do? Now, that's not a critical question, but that's just the basic question anybody would like to ask over and over again about their placement and their alignment and their interest and what you want in the place of politics. Let's take, for example, in 1861, the man called Abraham Lincoln had some ideas going on for him. He contested to be the presidential candidate of his party, the Republicans at the time, and he went on to win that nomination with 39.9%. Those were the figures. Now, the people he contested against, the likes of the Sowore, the Bates, name them and quotes, they were all guys who had very strong political backing and even meaning and value. They were career-long politicians, one way or the other. Now, of good interest is the fact that when Abraham Lincoln did go past these guys because of their own differences, and they spent more time taking out each other in the place of the political arena, that they forgot about Abraham Lincoln and his chances of being elected in the very first place. Well, somehow, some way, the story did emerge. He did win the ticket of his party and also did go on to become the president of the country at the time. But that's not even the phrase I'm going on. Now, Abraham Lincoln was so wise in his wisdom, in his foresight, and in his own ways. He made some very strange decisions of going after few strong political allies that were really the guys that excited him. Now, some book called The Team of Rivals addresses this. It talks about the political genius of Abraham Lincoln. So Abraham Lincoln goes on to choose the likes of the Sowore, Bates, and the likes of them to become part of his cabinet, people who would serve with him as the president. Here's the catch to that. He said one of the key things why he was going after them was because he felt whatever dream and aspirations they had for the country was too good to go to waste. So he felt they should be able to serve alongside the team and make meaning of that very part of government that they were so much longing for, or they had better strengths than he did in those areas. So he picked them up on his cabinet, essentially created a team of rivals. Well, I can tell you that this week it's been interesting to see the likes of Durotoye, Durotoye and Moghalu come together and make some agreements regarding how they would proceed further in the days to come. In the event, they look like, oh yes, we're getting stronger, we're getting meaning, we're getting some traction. They have some level of discussion that they outlined and said, oh, we would get this going, and we would do this if only some certain conditions are well agreed to by the various people there. They took a photograph together. These three are popular and unpopular. Popular with the people, but unpopular within the political terrain. Even though they're new, we've seen a lot of disruptions in the world of politics in the last few years now. From Obama, in 2008, to Trump recently as well. And then, of course, President Muhammadu Buhari himself, who also was able to, well, get the best of an incumbent at the time he was on board. So here's the point I'm trying to get at. Who would you choose to be the next president? Somebody popular with the people, yet unpopular within the political terrain? Or would you rather have this set of men who say to themselves, who have come to terms with the fact that in the event we find ourselves before Nigerians and they say we should choose from among ourselves, here's the criteria of what we agreed to. Some of the points they agreed to was this, and I'd like to read out what they resolved and some of their decisions. They said, oh, we recognize that there are some challenges in the country that have been there as a people, and there's been failure of leadership. They talked about the fact that they have visionary leadership as well, right? They go on to say, we're committed to the process of building a united front to mobilize our people to lead the change we desire during the 2019 elections. And they say, oh, there's need for unity, to understand the unity in the process. We undertake to effect necessary steps to consolidate the process of building a united front. So these would have to be some of the things that they say is part of the decisions they are coming down to. But hold on for a moment. So there's the question about the 2019 elections being in its own moment historical in nature. And we're all at that point in time when we're saying who will be the next president. If peradventure we have several candidates from the left, from the right, from different tribes, from different culture, from different political backgrounds, with political background, without political background, with aspirations, with good words, with good baseline, with good ideas, whether they stand as the guys who are standing on the outside of the political scene, but they choose to offer themselves up to serve and are backed one way or the other by other people. Would you vote for somebody who is popular enough with his message, but yet not popular within the political terrain? Would you want to choose, as a citizen of Nigeria, somebody that is familiar with his reputation within the political terrain, or somebody you're not familiar with his reputation within the political terrain, but you're familiar with the fact that he's worked possibly the economic sector of the country, he's worked with the media, or he's worked with possibly raising and building businesses? These, by the way, are some of the attributes of some of the candidates that are putting forward their campaign at this time. Who will be the next president based on your choice? Would you go for a popular choice, or would you go for an unpopular choice based on parameters that you do see saying that we do need change? Do you think that if some candidates in the country who are coming forward, including Eunice, by the way, who has declared the first female, the female president who has declared at this time, I'm not even sure what party she's running on. I do understand the likes of Madam Remi Shonaya is also coming back on board to put forward a campaign, and some other about 40 other candidates. Do you think if they gather and choose to put forward a united front in getting their message, in getting your attention, would you vote? Are you comfortable voting for somebody with a career as a politician, or somebody without a career as a politician, and yet wants your vote, wants your support, wants your followership at this time? These are questions one can't avoid. When you have a team of rivals, a team of competitors come together to build a country, do you think if a team of competitors come together to build the country Nigeria, we stand a chance to be better at what we do? Let me know what you think. Directly below here, just write your comments to the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I'm always excited with growth on this very channel. So please feel free to subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think. Write to me at Femidi Live. It's fine on any of the platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and the likes of them. Let me know what you think about all this and what your position is, essentially. And the audio podcast is also available on all the other platforms: Teacher, Amplified Radio, TuneIn. You mentioned them, about 20 leading platforms. Let me know, would you vote for an unpopular candidate for a popular job? Thanks for listening in. I'm Femi D. Amele.